During life's journey, we all go through some type of struggle, some type of adversity. There are peaks, but there are also valleys. How do we get our lives back on track if we're going through this valley? If we are going through the lowest of lowest points, how is it that we can bounce back miraculously and get our lives back on track? Whether it's in terms of finances, whether it's in terms of your relationships with your friends and family, we need to bounce back from adversity. And in this video, you're going to find out exactly how to do that. Make sure that you subscribe, make sure that your post notifications are also turned on. Let's get the ball rolling. Now, an obvious first step in this process is to identify the mistakes that you've made that led you to this point. What did you do that led you to this lowest point in your life? You might have made the wrong decision. You might have made the incorrect friends. You might have allowed people's opinions to influence you too much. There's a lot of factors that can influence this type of outcome. But the fact of the matter is that you need to recognize the mistake that you've made. As with solving any issue or any problem, you need to realize that the most important thing that you need to do is find out what caused that problem in the first place. If we do not know the source of the problem, how can we expect to address it? And how can we expect to prevent this problem from occurring in the future? So you might have made the wrong decision. You might have made a hasty decision. We all make mistakes, but the most important thing is we need to acknowledge that mistake firstly, and then we need to analyze the mistake and ask ourselves, what caused us to behave this way? What caused us to make this decision? And then we can move forward from there. A big determining factor of the success that you reach in life is the people around you. And I've spoken about this multiple times, and I'll continue to speak about this in more videos to come. If you surround yourself with people who are like-minded, who think exactly like you, who have the same goals as you, that is the ideal situation. However, if you surround yourself with people who have the opposite vision, who have the opposite mindset that you do, you will end up like them. We are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. Hence, if you spend time with people with ambition, you yourself will become ambitious. If you spend your time with people who are down in the dumps, who are negative, who have no goals or no drive in life, you will end up exactly like them. Most people cannot bounce back because they do not have the correct support structure. They do not take an objective look at their groups of so-called friends, and they're not honest with themselves. Are these people really helping them? Or are these people just there for the show and the fame? Are these people just there in the hopes that you will be successful? Are they just there for the ride? Or they're truly there to support you? And that is something that you need to distinguish between. Nobody can assist you with this. It all comes down to the judgments that you make, to the values that you attribute to your friends. But make sure that you surround yourself with people who are like-minded in their ambitions. The third and the most important rule of bouncing back is having a plan of action. What are you exactly going to do if you failed at something? If you try to launch an e-commerce store and that e-commerce store failed, what are you going to do in order to rectify? What were the issues and what solutions are you going to come up with? Maybe your marketing was off. Maybe you targeted the incorrect audience. Maybe your product choice wasn't up to scratch. But that is where the analysis stage that we talked about in point number 1 is also very important, and these 2 points link together. So first of all, we need to identify what we did wrong. We need to decide what we are going to do to prevent the problem from occurring in the future. Bouncing back really isn't that tough if you think about it. It all boils down to these practical and simple steps that you need to follow. Now, during this adversity, you will feel demotivated. You will feel like there's no hope. You will feel like there's no bouncing back from this. But in fact, there's always a way out. You just need to stay rational in your thinking, logical in your thinking, and persevere no matter how tough it gets. Make sure that you are subscribed to Goals and Growth for more motivational content like this, and turn on your post notifications bell as well. If you found this video valuable, please share it with friends and family and leave a thumbs up. I'll see you next time.